What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? It's your girl, TJ. I know it's been a minute. The last video I did, I was on my way to USA as an IC independent contractor. So I was supposed to show y'all the hotel, and man, I didn't get a chance to do that. But I will say they treat you right. I had got a junior suite. I had a jacuzzi and everything in my room, so it was straight, man. But I give y'all a rundown on what happened. So I reported to the hotel Sunday. I got an email to drop my truck off at the shop, and their shop is like literally like 5 miles from the hotel. So of course they weren't open on Sunday, so I had to drop it off, leave the keys in the truck. And I caught a Uber to the hotel, which was like $11. Monday we had to be in orientation at 6. They do feed you. The hotel has breakfast. They feed you lunch, real good lunch actually. It's from like a restaurant. Man, there's so many videos on videos and videos on videos. Monday we watched videos. For the people that didn't drop their truck off, some people drove their truck to the hotel. We got in the van, followed them over to the shop so they could drop their truck off. Then we went to the terminal, which is like 10-15 minutes from the hotel. Everything's like in a triangle, and we went there. We had to take a road test. No, I scratched that. We went and did drug tests first. They dropped us off at like 8, and we didn't get done till like 11:30. It was so packed, and it was only 7 of us. So, yeah, man, that Concentra is stupid packed. Like, some of us got done. We went to walk to the little store, the gas station. It's in a little plaza. So, after that, we went and got lunch, and we actually had to eat in the van at the terminal because we didn't have time to eat at the little restaurant that we were behind. So we had to do road tests. You can't hit a curb or it's an automatic fail. Then we had to do backing tests. You got 15 minutes to do a 45 or a 90. It's pretty simple. You know, your nerves be all because people watching and somebody's in the truck with you, but pretty simple. They do ask you questions like, what's the height of this bridge? What's, you know what I'm saying? They pay attention to, you're going to adjust your mirrors, you're going to turn on your lights, stuff like that. So, and then after we did that, we went back to the conference room at the hotel and watched more videos. And then they give you like this link that you got to complete even more videos. So you got to have those videos that they send you in an email completed by Wednesday morning, because that's when you're supposed to leave. So I just put them on my phone, and there's tests at the end of them, but yeah, it's a lot of videos, lot of videos. We had 4 ICs in there, and the other 3 were company drivers. Tuesday morning, you had to be there at 6:30. What did we do Tuesday? More videos. Yeah, I think Tuesday was just like videos and stuff. And some people drug test comes back Tuesday, some come back Wednesday. Wednesday morning, you're supposed to be there at 8. That's when your truck should have all the decals on there. That's when you should have access to the load board. You actually can't get on the load board until you clear from everything, until safety gets it clear. Once safety gets it clear, then you can access the load board. But you got to create like a password and username. I did all that like just off. I did mine on Tuesday. I wasn't trying to wait. I was ready to go. But driving from Birmingham to Atlanta. A truck spit up a rock. It cracked my passenger windshield, so I had to get that replaced. So I failed DOT inspection due to that, and I needed new windshield wipers. So I had to wait until the windshield came in. Priority went ahead and paid for it. So I had to wait like 2 days. So I didn't leave until like, I think I was like, it was me and one other person. He had like a couple issues he had to get done on his truck. He was coming from JB Hunt. So he had to take all their stuff off their truck before USL put their stuff on. And then he had some other issues underneath the hood that he had to get looked at. So he had to go take his truck to the shop. And then when I was cleared, you know, your fleet lady gives you a call. I don't want to say fleet manager, but like your fleet partner, I guess you'll call it, gives you a call, introduces herself, asks if you've ever been on a load board. And then from there, you know, she's gonna tell you, I had already booked the load, and she told me to cancel it until I get a trailer, because there were no trailers at the terminal in Atlanta. So I had to drive to Valdosta. Was it Valdosta? I drove to Valdosta, which is like 200 miles, to go get a trailer at a Lowe's. But they paid me 50 cents a mile to go down there and pick up the trailer. So that wasn't bad. So I didn't mind. But I didn't get started to the end of the week. So I only had like one load on that first check. And it was at a Clorox, which I only took like the boxes and some empty containers. So it weighed like 8,000 pounds. It wasn't bad. So yeah. So I'm going to say, I heard a lot of people, man, like say they have trailer issues, finding trailers and keeping trailers. I haven't ran into that issue. I do a lot of live loads and live unloads. Like right now I'm waiting, I'm an hour early for this pickup. But I haven't had any issues with finding a trailer or getting a trailer or anything like that so far. You know, I've been out, I think this is like, the hell was that? This is my third week out. The loads, we'll talk about the loads a little bit. The loads are, it depends on where you at. It depends on where you're at. This check coming up is my first full, like, running, you know, a full week and getting kind of the groove of the load board and figuring it out and how I like to run. And, you know, it's trial by error. I just learned, you know, certain things. I don't want to say tricks, but I've learned certain things. This load I'm picking up right now, I'm in Kentucky, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. It's not paying that much. It's paying me like $800. But it's getting me closer to my next pickup, which is Wednesday, which is in Milwaukee, and it's paying $4,800 to go like 900 miles to Westfield, Massachusetts, I think, or something like that. I think that's where it's going. I think. So those are gonna be these are the only two loads I'm gonna take this week. I'm damn near positive. I'll probably go home next week, back to Atlanta. But you know, anybody who tell you come over here and you just get on load board and you just pick loads and you figure, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Is it money to be made at USA? Of course. I'll show you guys my pay stub coming up this Friday. It's money to be made. You just have to learn how you like to run, which lanes you like to run. Like I run a lot I just dropped the load off in, was it Jersey? Jersey. Yeah, in Jersey. So I do a lot of like Maryland, Jersey, New York, not New York City, but like, you know, New York. I spent a lot of time in Kentucky, a little bit of time in Tennessee. So I haven't went Midwest for real yet. This load that I got paying $4,800 is it's not the highest paying load I've seen on the load board. I've seen one that was $5,800. But once you do the fuel and you do, you know, your 65% and you do when it's due and you do how far the miles are, it wasn't worth taking whatsoever. Like, I ain't even click on it. Once I seen how far it was going, I was like, hell no. So, I got a homeboy though that runs just, you know, he good with Virginia and down. Like, he'll do Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. Like, and he makes, you know what I'm saying, between 15 to $2,200 a week. So it just depends on how you like to run. You just got to find your areas. You got to learn the board, man. I've booked broker loads, not knowing they were broker loads, just on the load board, and then try to cancel them because I seen something else, and then you get a message. It's like, oh, you can't cancel broker loads has to be within 48 hours. And I'm like, nice to know. Lesson learned. So it's like, it's trial and error, man. It's trial and error. And it's your business. Nobody, Wildlife USA, nobody bothers you. Nobody, I mean, I haven't gotten a call. The most they reach out to me is like if I pick up a broker load, like the load I have to pick up tomorrow. I had to do I had to do a verbal, it's early, communication, saying I'll be there to pick it up, which I noticed are a lot of the Home Depot loads. Like, I just dropped one off at Home Depot yesterday in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. At a Home Depot. I thought it was a Home Depot DC. No, it was the store. Like, I picked up and I had to drop it off at a Home Depot. And the crazy part was it was in a shopping plaza. They had crap everywhere. Sod and mulch and dirt all on pallets in the back. So it's really made, I should have known something was up when I seen day cabs coming out. And then I go back there and it was an Averitt guy behind me. And he was like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get into this dock. But you know, your girl got in there. You know, got in there. But still, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that no more. And then I seen that load paying $4,800. Picks up at a Home Depot, delivers at a Home Depot. And I took it too because it was only, I think it's only like 8,000 pounds. So, you know, I jumped on that. And I'm not taking nothing else. This week could be a short week. Last week, you know, I ran last week. Like, I ran myself. I just did a 34-hour reset. But I ran myself last week just to see, you know, if you push. Like, I was running on recap last week, all last week. I just did recap. Like, whatever I had available to drive, that's what I was pushing. And that's another thing. You just got to figure out, you know, it had been a while since I really, if you're used to being a company driver, you're used to doing lease purchase, and, you know, you don't see a load board, and then you transition over to USA where you're picking your load. You got to keep in mind your load, your clock, your 70-hour clock. You got to keep in mind the distance. I personally don't add fuel surcharge to my revenue. Personally, I just take my 65%. I don't add fuel surcharge because it could be, I could put all of that fuel in the tank. I could not put all that fuel in the tank, and that will, you know, change your weekly revenue. So I strictly just add my 65%, and we're gonna see how that works this Friday when we get paid. I have a number written down of how much I should gross, and we're gonna see if that number is accurate. So, or if it's more. If anything, it'll be more, it won't be less. But I always write down my fuel. I just never add that into my revenue, the fuel surcharge. And a lot of them won't give you a fuel surcharge. You have to like ask, you know what I'm saying, your fleet person, like, hey, how much is the fuel surcharge? And sometimes they'll tell you, oh, they haven't told me yet. I'm not taking it. Like, I need to know how much they're gonna pay in fuel. So yeah, man, I had to come back and just tell y'all, you know, your girl out of orientation did my full week last week. So, and then I want to show y'all, I ain't really did nothing to the truck, man. I ain't did nothing really to the truck. I added, can y'all see that? I added some carpet. Yeah, I got like a whole bunch of carpet that I put in the truck. But we'll do all that other stuff later on. Truck's running good. It's not giving me no problems. I haven't had no issues with it. So far so good, man. But I'll be back with y'all Friday. I guess I'll show y'all the load board Friday, because then we'll be booking loads to get on close to the home, I think, depending on what the load board look like. If the load board's straight next week, then we'll probably stay out another week. If not, then I'm gonna take it to the house. So yeah, man, I had to just check in with y'all, see how y'all doing. Y'all stay positive, stay blessed, stay motivated. It's your girl.